This tutorial's purpose is to go into detail on how mobosurvey.com can help you build surveys through our powerful designer page. The designer page is the page that will allow you to construct your survey. When you browse mobosurvey.com, you will reach our home page. From here, you can click Create Survey, or you can log on to your account. I will log on to my account since I already have an account. After logging in, simply click New Survey link. And from here, there are quite a few panels to keep note of. And this is our survey designer page, by the way. At the top right here, you have a panel with all the buttons. You have an option to save survey. You have an option to add rule logic. Rule logic allows your survey to skip or hide certain questions or pages depending on how the users answer some of the questions. We'll go into detail more on that later. You can also preview your survey with mobile or designer. And you can clear all the fields that's currently in the survey designer. Now, for a blank survey, designer would default it to have a title field, and the title field will appear at the top here. And if there are no other fields in your survey designer, it will show you a link to select pre-built templates. Now, selecting pre-built templates will help you kickstart your survey creation. So let's just select the template and let me demonstrate how that works. So I just selected a template. Now the designer is pre-filled with the questions from the template. Alright. And on the left here, you have a panel with all the field types that you can add onto your designer. So a way to add a field onto the designer, you can simply click on it and it will be appended at the bottom of the survey. Or you can simply drag it on anywhere on the survey designer you'd like to add it. Okay, and on the bottom left, you have a property panel. So whatever field you click on, the properties of that field will appear on the bottom left here. And let's say you wanted to sort the fields in your designer. Just simply click on one of the fields and drag it around to wherever you want it to go. Alright, so if you click save, it'll save your survey. Alright, let's just clear out all the fields here by clicking clear all. As you can see, all the fields disappeared. Alright, let's add a text box field, and let me show you how the rule logic works. So for this field, if a user enters in no, it will hide the next field. So let's just put some random field here and then save the survey. Alright, so right now the survey don't have that logic, so we will need to add that logic for the ability to hide the second field if the first field was answered no. Alright, so first field, then we'll add a rule. If the first field is no, we'll hide the second field. We'll save that. Alright, let's preview. So if the user enters in no, we hide the second field. If they enter anything else, we show the second field. So that's a pretty cool logic feature there. So let's go through all the field types we have here. We have text box, text area. Text area is really a text box that allows multiple lines inputs. So let's preview that. It's multiple lines. Alright, next field would be a checkbox list. A checkbox list is a multiple choice question type, and a user can select multiple options. And as you can see in the properties here, you can add in your options or edit your options, and it's separated by the enter key. So when you preview that, the checkbox list, you can select multiple options. And very similar to that is the radio box field type. Now the difference between checkbox list and radio box list is radio box list, you can only select one of its options. So let's preview that. And radio box list, you can only select one option. Another multiple choice question type is combo box. Now this is a drop down list. The drop down list, you can only select one of the options. Now it's also very similar to checkbox list and radio box list, except it will appear as a drop down list and you can only select one option. So let's scroll down to the drop down list and we can select one of the options. Alright, so let's clear this out here. Let's move on to the next field. We have a slider and a scale rating. They're very similar, except the slider, the user will be able to slide this button across to select the number, whereas scale rating, they just click on one of the options. So let's preview that with the slider and with scale rating. Alright, next field is, let's skip matrix for now, go down to page break. Page break pretty much just allows you to break up your survey into multiple pages. Let's preview that. Alright, as you can see, this survey is now split up into multiple pages. And you can browse back and forth by clicking next and previous. Alright, let's get back to the matrix field type. Matrix field type is just a grid. Now you can have multiple questions, and all the questions in the matrix would have the same multiple choice. And the multiple choice are radio box, so all the questions in the matrix will have a multiple choice answer, and you can only select one of the answer for each question. So let's preview that. It's on the second page. And here's the matrix, and here are the questions 1, 2, 3, and 4, and here are the multiple choices. And for each question, you only select one answer. Okay. Now let's see. Let's go into detail about what properties are for each field. For text box, you can enter the max length. You can enter label, the description of the text box, and you can say it's required or not required. With text area, simply just a label for the text area, and required or not required. Checkbox list is required, not required. Pretty much all the field has a label description for it. Now multiple choices, they all have a property for all the options. And let's go down to, so radio would be the same thing as checkbox, and same thing with combo box, except for combo box it has you can set the width for the combo box. And section header is pretty much just the title and description. Now slider and scale rating, very similar. Slider is, you just set a minimum and maximum number where the user can select, make it required or not. Scale rating is pretty much the same, except it defaults to 1 as the minimum, and you can set the maximum here, and you can make it required or not. You can also make the worst text, which is the lowest to the left, you can give it that as a description, and also the best on the right a description. Let's go down to matrix. Matrix is pretty much you can change the questions and change the multiple choices. Now let's the last thing would be the survey's properties. The survey has properties and advanced settings, which is advanced properties. Now the title, you can change the server's title, add a remove description or change descriptions. Survey, so when the user submits a survey, you can display certain text to it. You can show them the thank you note, or you can redirect them to a web page, or to a blog, or wherever you want it to be directed to. So let's say you want to redirect the user to www.mobosurvey.com once they click submit. So let's make this simple here. Get rid of some of the fields. Let's just clear all. Add one field, save it, preview. So when they click submit, it gets redirected to mobosurvey.com. Alright, so let's see what other properties are in the survey. Let's go to advanced settings. Alright, so you have optional settings. Repeat survey title on every page. Pretty much if your survey have multiple pages, you have an option to show the title on every page. And you have also an option to show the question number for each question. So you can hide the question number for each question. We provide you with the ability to send an email notification every time there's a response to the survey, and you fill in the email address here, and that is optional. And there's also limit survey activity properties here. You can schedule the survey to run at a certain time. So let's say you pick the 20th to the 21st. So if the date is before the 20th or after 21st, now the survey will be closed, so nobody would be able to respond to the survey. And the survey will only be open for those 2 days, from the 20th to the 21st. Another limit survey activity property is to allow one submit per IP address. Now, if you want, you don't want the same user to resubmit the same multiple responses for your survey, you would turn this on, and the maximum you would set as 1. So one IP address will only be allowed one submission. Alright, so that is pretty much it for the designer. Hope that was simple to you, and I hope this tutorial was helpful to you. If you need any more information, please feel free to visit our FAQ page or our tutorial page, and those links are at the bottom of our website. We'll continue to add more features on this designer, so any upcoming updates will be posted on our blog. However, if you have any questions or any feedback, just feel free to visit our contact page or fill in a feedback at our feedback forum page. Those links are also at the bottom here. We would love to hear back from you. Well, thank you for your time, and enjoy Mobo Survey's powerful tools. Thank you.